you guys doing? How you guys doing? I am Devil's Advocate, aka Dion McNeil. Gentlemansfury, how you doing, sir? All right, I built that deck, and I wanted you to see what I did with it. I'm gonna briefly go back over it again. I'm so glad that you're here, man. I'm, you know, I like my fans, man, and people that watch my channel, you know, like and they religiously like watch it. I do want to give back to them, and so I mean, I want to kind of build this deck and kind of make it ridiculous. All right, and you at work? Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and do this for you. I'm gonna actually make this an actual video. I'm gonna put an actual label on it. I'm gonna put like a thumbnail on it, and I'm gonna post this. And I think tomorrow that's gonna be my daily video. Actually, I'm gonna just post that out there because now that I'm starting to use Google Ads, I'm starting to get a good little feel for who my actual audience is. So a lot of them are gamers. So I'm going to put that out as my daily content. And also I'm going to put out, you know, a political video too, because I want to talk about something that happened with Bill Barr. But I'm not going to talk about that on this stream. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into the game, guys. All right. So anyways, if you want to follow me on YouTube, you can follow me at the Devil's Advocate channel. All the links are in the description and also in the chat right now. All right, guys, so I'm going to go ahead and right now go into Magic the Gathering. I'm going to go into the collection area. I'm going to show you guys what I built here. My friend Gentlemansfury here, he's a big fan of mine, and I'm a big fan of his, so he sent me a deck. And I guess he sent it because he wanted me to take a look at it to see how good it is. All right, so I built a deck that I think is redonkulous. That's just so powerful. Okay, check this out. All right, so this deck is partially a food mechanic deck, and it's also partially an adventure deck. So it's a Jun Adventures food deck, and it's so redonkulous. So in this deck, right, let's just go over the lands first. You have Quagmire Pathway. That's a double-sided card. In the face card of that is a red land. Well, basically, it's a mana that produces a red land. And then on the other side, you have Timber Crown Pathway, which produces a green. So that's very nice to have those types of options. You can play one or the other, and they don't come in tapped like some of the other Zendikar Rising cards that, you know, when they can be lands, they'll come in tapped. Like for example, Turn Timber, Symbiosis, or Serpentine Wood. So we have Fabled Passage here, which is going to be great because this is partially a sacrifice deck. And you're going to see that we have a Core Void that's in here. And if you don't know who he is, we'll go over that in a second, all right? We have 6 forests here, 2 mountains, because we don't need as much red here, as you can see. We only have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. In terms of cost of red, right? We kind of balance it. So you got a lot of black, a lot of green. So, but we only got 3, 5, 9 red costs in this whole deck. So I mean 9, you know, if you got 2 things that's you got 2 mountains that's already in there. You got other things that produce like basically gives you an option of a red or a green or a red or a black. You know, you're doing well there. You're not exactly hurting. All right. So you have 5 swamp here. You have 2 Temple of Milady for the scry effect. You can get a green or a black. And then for Temple of Malice, you get a black or a red, and you get the scry effect too. Now, I cut down on some of the 4 drops that he had in here, mainly because I want to be able to stuff more things in here, and you'll see why I did that. But in the sideboard, everything that he originally put in the deck is still there. Okay, so if I wanted to make it back into the deck that he had, I can do that at any point. But this deck, the way it is now, is sweet Lord, is so powerful. Okay, so you have 3 Foulmire Knight, which is I do like to have that 1/1 death touch, because that's just so mean, man. Like if they've got that one really strong annoying creature that doesn't have, you know, like that isn't unkillable. I love having that 1/1 death touch, but Profane Insight has great synergy with Edgewall Innkeeper, because you draw a card on one turn. You know, you pay the 3 mana for the sorcery speed. Well, no, actually that's instant speed. So you pay the 3 mana on their turn, and then the very next turn you pay 1 to play the Foulmire Knight, and then draw 1 card from Edgewall Innkeeper. Then you got Gilded Goose, just for the food token and the mana, and to be able to create more food tokens, because you want to be able to sacrifice in this deck. And Heartless Act, probably one of the most versatile instances I've ever seen in terms of cheap and value. Heartless Act has a whole lot of value for a 2-drop instant. You know, that's not even like a rare. It's just like an uncommon. And so you could choose one. You can do one or the other. Destroy a target creature with no counters on it, which is most creatures when they come out, or remove up to 3 counters from target creature, which is very nice, especially if you're playing against something that has like Wicked Wolf, you know, or something else, you know. Yeah, you can make them indestructible, but maybe your creature actually makes it through combat. So you come down here to Trail of Crumbs. Trail of Crumbs creates food tokens, but whenever you sacrifice a food token, you could pay 1 extra mana. And then if you do, you can look at the top 2 cards of your library. You can reveal you can reveal a permanent card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. Now, that's very nice because the vast majority of this deck is permanents, right? And even if it's not necessarily a permanent, the only thing that's in there is like a Turn Timber Symbiosis. So if I'm playing this, you know, if I'm using that ability, you know, and it's like late game, maybe that like hurts me, but early game it doesn't really hurt me because I'm not gonna be playing that anyways. And the only reason why I would want that is just to have it for the other side for the mana. I'm not gonna be able to pay for 7 mana by turn 2 by the way I'm paying that, right? So 3 Murderous Rider. Basically it's a 2/3 with lifelink, but you have instant speed on the adventure. Destroy a target creature or planeswalker. You lose 2 life. That Swift End is nasty. I like that a lot. And I like the adventure thing that actually comes with it. It says, and when it dies, put it on the bottom of its owner's library. So I mean, like, you know, Murderous Rider is very nice for this deck. Especially when it comes to like all the freaking draw power. It's just very, very nice, you know, to be able to draw like multiples of those. Bone Crusher Giant. It's a rare 3 costs. A 3 cost 4/3 with a pretty good ability. I mean, this is just value city right here. Bone Crusher. I see exactly what Gentlemansfury was talking about. This is just value city, man. Basically, Bone Crusher says whenever Bone Crusher Giant becomes the target of a spell, Bone Crusher Giant deals 2 damage to that spell's controller. But you have a 2-drop instant speed adventure. Damage can't be prevented this turn. Stomp deals 2 damage to any target. That is just value, man. I see what Gentlemansfury was talking about. Like that's just value. Okay, so you got 3 copies of Lovestruck Beast. On one hand, you have the sorcery speed, which is Heart Desire. You create a 1/1 human token creature. On the other side, you have a 3 cost 5/5. It says Lovestruck Beast can't attack unless you control a 1/1 creature. So on one side of the sorcery, and basically an adventure sorcery that makes a 1/1 token for 1, which is, I mean, not great, but not bad either. But on the other side, you have Lovestruck Beast, who's a 5/5. Says it can't attack if you don't have a 1/1, but it can still block in the 5/5 wall for 3 is still not bad. But here's the other thing about him though. I do have Edgewall Innkeeper, who's a 1/1. Also have Foulmire Knight, who's a 1/1. So I mean, and no one's gonna be in any kind of rush to go and attack with Foulmire Knight out there unless they got a flyer, or they can make the creatures like unblockable. They have Island Walk or Forest Walk or something like that, you know. Next up is Wicked Wolf. This is probably easily one of my most favorite cards from Throne of Eldraine. Because Wicked Wolf is just such an awesome creature. I mean, it's just when it comes into, but it's okay. So it's only awesome because of the food mechanic. If it's outside of the food mechanic, it's not really awesome. But I like it because of the food mechanic. It says when Wicked Wolf enters the battlefield, it fights up to 1 target creature that you don't control. But here's the flip side. It's a 3/3 now. But sacrifice the food. Put a 1/1 counter on Wicked Wolf. It gains indestructible until end of turn. Tap it. So I can make it a 4/4 as soon as it comes out. You know, as it's fighting something, I can just sack a food token and then boom, goes off. All right. I have 2 copies of Corvoid, the fae-cursed king. So let me kind of explain this guy. So he's a 4/4 flying dragon. Okay, legendary. So you only have 1 out at a time. Whenever Corvoid fae-cursed king enters the battlefield or attacks, sacrifice another permanent. So you can see what's happening with those food tokens, you know. And when you sack those food tokens, you happen to have a trail of crumbs out there. Yeah, that gets fun because you just pay another one plus its cost. You can just already draw a card, and then as something's being sacrificed, you're already making him a 5/5, and you're getting a 1/1 counter on him, and you're drawing a card. And here's the best part about it is that his ability doesn't just hit him, right? You know, that's the one thing that I love about this guy. He doesn't hit himself. You know, he says sacrifice another permanent. So I do like that ability. Now, Nephroi Apex of Death. It's a 5 cost. Now you may be saying, why is that? Why is this in the deck? It's got a white mana symbol in it. Well, it's because he's a mutate creature. I can if I already have a creature out there, right? I can pay 4 colorless, 1 green or white. See, I don't have to pay white. I can pay that green, which is I have green and I have black in that deck. So I can pay 4 colors, 1 green and 2 black to mutate a creature into a 5/5 with Death Touch and Lifelink. And then whenever and then it says that whenever this creature mutates, return any number of target creature cards with total power 10 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Yeah, that is brutal, isn't it? That is brutal. That is really brutal because, dude, like, I don't care who you are. I mean, you can. If I throw it in like 2 of these, like 2 of these guys, right? I mean, you're talking about 8 damage to the face, and then if you target him of a spell, they're gonna deal you like another 2, you know, or you bring out 2 freaking Wicked Wolves, man, or 3 Wicked Wolves, because that's only 9/9. That's not 10/10. Now power 10 or less, you know, or that's just, oh my gosh, that's just so brutal. Or 2 Luststruck Beasts with like a 1/1 out there. That's 10 to the face, bro. You know, so then you got Kogla the Titanate, right? So you might be asking, why did I put Kogla in there? And you'll see why in a second, because Kogla is redonkulous in this deck. He makes things fun because he keeps those annoying enchantments and stuff in control, but that's not the reason why I put him in there. I put him in here because of the amazing synergy that he has with so many things in the deck, right? So it says he's a legendary ape who's a 7/6, a 7/6 for 6. That's not bad because I love it when creatures can at least match their power and toughness or exceed it with other multiple abilities. And he has 3 different abilities, bro. I mean, you're only paying 6 for him, which seems like a lot, but he is a 7/6, right? That has 3 different abilities. And those abilities don't really hurt him. It doesn't hurt him. It doesn't really hurt him whatsoever. Now, it says when Kogla, the Titan Ape, enters the battlefield, it fights up to 1 target creature that you don't control. So you're coming out as a 7/6. He's always saying, I'm gonna find 1 creature and just smash him, because most things out there are not surviving as 7/6, fighting it just directly. And then also says that whenever Kogla attacks, destroy target artifact or enchantment defending player controls. It says defending player, not target player. Defending player. See, that limits some of the things that you can do as a response. See, Kogla, his value because of the way he's worded, his value is just ridiculous. It's just so powerful. Then his final ability is if you tap 1 colorless and 1 green, return target human you control to its owner's hand. Kogla gains indestructible until end of turn. So target human, right? Harsh Desire. That makes a 1/1 white human. And Edgewall Innkeeper is also a 1/1 green human. You see what I did there? Yes. So see, he has just too much synergy in this deck, and he also gets rid of artifacts and enchantments, which is always good. And he fights something when it comes out as a 7/6 that only costs 6. I mean, come on, dude. That's just too good. All right. Then for the 2 sorceries that I added, they're very expensive. But I got them a while ago. I got it when this thing like first came out when they were cheap. So these are these two double-sided cards are called Turn Timber Symbiosis. Turn Timber Symbiosis is the face card, and the back card is Serpentine Wood. So the face card is a 7-cost sorcery. It's 4 colorless and 3 greens. It's from Zendikar Rising. So look at the top 7 cards of your library. You may put a creature card from among them onto the battlefield. If that card has converted mana cost 3 or less, it enters the battlefield with 3 additional 1/1 counters on it. Put the rest onto the bottom of your library in a random order. Okay, so converted mana cost 3 or less. Well, you know what that means? That means that Foulmire Knight comes out as a 4/4 with Death Touch. Edgewall Innkeeper comes out as a 4/4 that says whenever you cast a creature card, a creature spell that has an adventure, draw a card. That means that Gilded Goose is actually a threat. Then he's a 3/5 that has flying, that can create food tokens that you can sacrifice a food for and make a mana. So he's a threat then in like multiple ways. Murderous Rider, he comes out as a 5/6 with lifelink. Then Bone Crusher Giant comes out as a 7/6 that whenever you target him, he deals you another 2 damage to that spell's controller. Love-Struck Beast, unless you have like a 1/1, he's not gonna be able to attack, but he does come out as an 8/8. And the freaking 8/8 wall is not bad. Okay. Then Wicked, well, no, not him, but now you see like the value of that card. Okay, it just allows you to bring out a big monstrous threat because everything that's under, that's 3, like 3 or lower in terms of converted mana cost this deck is all dangerous, except for like maybe like Edgewall Innkeeper. If you make a Gilded Goose a 3/5, man, that can make food tokens, that's freaking dangerous. And then on the other side, the back card is basically a shock land. Okay, so it says as Turn Timber, it's called Serpentine Wood. It's land. It says as Turn Timber Serpentine Wood enters the battlefield, you may pay 3 life. If you don't, it enters the battlefield tapped. You tap it to add 1 green. Now, you might say, oh, that's terrible. You're paying 3 life for something that only gives you 1 type of mana. Shock lands, typically can get you either one or the other for 1 less shock, but it's just the option. If I draw this and I don't have 7 mana, well, I could use that 1 green mana. Maybe that last green mana gives me Feasting Troll King. And that was the one card that I did skip over. I put in Feasting Troll King. Feasting Troll King is a 6-cost 7/6 with Vigilance and Trample. So he costs 2 colorless and 4 green, right? It says when Feasting Troll King enters the battlefield, if you cast it from your hand, create 3 food tokens. So I just created 3 food tokens for our Corvette, the fae-cursed king. So I put my 2 kings in here. I wanted to have the dueling empires. Like, hey, I have a freaking alliance. I got an alliance. Let's go back and work. Let's go and build a like a partnership. So it's kind of uncool. So then his other ability is sacrifice 3 foods. Return Feasting Troll King from your graveyard to the battlefield. Activate this. You can only activate this as a sorcery speed type of ability, but you still bring them on to the battlefield. And if you have Corvette out there, you just sacked 3 things to bring back a 7/6 and cause Corvette to be boosted up by +1/+1 3 times, and then you draw 3 cards. That's why there's 2 of those. That's in there. They create food tokens, but on top of that, they make you sack them. But the value that you get with everything else is great. And then on top of that, if you sack the food tokens to bring him back from the graveyard, and you happen to have the Trail of Crumbs out there, pay 3 mana, draw 3 cards. I mean, come on, dude. That's just too much value. Then Great Hinge, legendary artifact, costs 9. However, it says here, this and it usually costs 7 colorless and 2 green. But it says that this spell costs X less to cast, where X is the greatest power among creatures that you control. That's why I added in those big cost creatures. The Nephroi, who costs 5, the Feasting Troll King, who costs 6, the Kogla, who costs 6. Because then with them in my hand, I can pay 3 to get this out there. Then you can tap it to add 2 green to get 2 life, and then it says that whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, put a 1/1 counter on it and draw a card. So you see all this draw power. Now you got Edgewall Innkeeper, just draw, and then you got the Foul-mouthed Knight with the Profane Insight. You got Trail of Crumbs. You got Great Hinge now. Then the very final card that's in this deck is, and I have two copies of this. It's a double-sided card. The face card is a sorcery called Shadow Skull Smashing. Shadow Skull Smashing deals X damage divided as you choose among up to 2 target creatures and their planeswalkers. If X is 6 or more, Shadow Skull Smashing deals twice X damage divided as you choose among them instead. Wow. So for if you pay 8 mana, no matter what, everything just gets smashed. Whatever 2 targets that you want is dead. That's you're dealing 12 to both. Yikes. Yeah. So the other side is a land that's just as similar to Turn Timber Serpentine Wood, in that it's a land that's called Shadow Skull the Hammer Pass. As Shadow Skull the Hammer Pass enters the battlefield, you may pay 3 life. If you don't, it enters the battlefield tapped. And you can tap it to add 1 red. So it's just like another really, really expensive shock land. But again, it gives me that option. And I just love that option. So now, that's the deck now. The sideboard is probably the greatest sideboard in history. At least in terms of this thing here. Because the sideboard is just disgusting, man. All right, so I have the fourth Foul-mouthed Knight here, in case I want to make it back into his deck. But then I put in these 2 guys. And this should make Wicked Wolf and stuff like Wicked Wolf and and other things like Luststruck Beast, like Luststruck Beast. If you got out like a 1/1, this is make it so disgusting. Morag, the Fury of Akum, 6 cost legendary creature Minotaur Warrior as a 6/6 from Zendikar Rising. He costs 4 colorless and 2 red. So he says each creature you control gets +1/+0 for each time it has attacked this turn. Now the first part of that ability says, wait a minute, each time it has attacked this turn. What do you mean each time it's attacked this turn? You mean tell me there's going to be additional combat phases? Actually, yes. His landfall ability says whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, if it's your main phase, there's an additional combat phase after this phase. At the beginning of that combat, untap all creatures that you control. So basically, on your second main phase, right, or your first main phase, just play a mana. Or have out something like Fable Passage. Wow, that's just disgusting, isn't it? I mean, that would make if you got a way to keep putting out those freaking food tokens, like let's say you. Let's say you got like a Gilded Goose out there, and you want to keep making food tokens. So then you have out like maybe a Fabled Passage, right? You swing out with Wicked Wolf, right? And you sack off a food token to make them a 1/1 that's indestructible. You didn't play off your Fabled Passage. Go get a mana, activate Morag's ability. Then before you do that, you make a food token with the Gilded Goose, and then you untap the Gilded Goose to make another food token, and then you double sack to make the Wicked Wolf. He got boosted at one time that make him a 6/6 that's indestructible. And then, by the way, he's already attacked this turn, so it makes him a 7/6 that's indestructible. Come on, dude, that's just too much value. Yeah, I mean, you see why I did that, right? So I added in the 4th Edgewall Innkeeper, the 4th Gilded Goose, added in Scavenging Ooze, because again, you might notice that I hate it when people do things from the graveyards, like sometimes, and I also like to make at least 1 or 2 cards to make the meal a less appealing. I added in the 4th Luststruck Beast, added in a Scoot Swarm just cause. The 4th Wicked Wolf. I added in Vivin, Monster's Advocate. Reason why is because it says you may play the top card of your library at any you may look at the top card of your library at any point. She's a 5-cost planeswalker, Vivin the Monsters Advocate. So she costs 3 colorless and 2 green, and she starts out with 3 loyalty. But she says that you may look at the top card of your library at any time. So you get to know what's on the top of your library. It says, but she also says that you may cast creature spells from the top of your library. So that makes Edgewall Innkeeper a lot more interesting. It also makes Nephroid a lot more dangerous. Also, it makes Feasting Troll King with a freaking Wicked Wolf already out there very dangerous. Or it could be the final push for damage when if you can play off a if you sideboard in like the Fury of Akum, and then you then play your mana, and you have some other big creature, and you just swing for like lethal. So I put in a Beanstalk Giant just cause I like Beanstalk Giant. I always did, just love him to death. I put in Boneyard Lurker. So Boneyard Lurker is a 4-cost 4/4. That is a Nightmare Beast, and it costs 2 colorless, 1 black, and 1 green, but it has a mutate cost. So it is a mutator. Its mutate cost is 2 colorless, and the next is in a green or black or green or black. So you could play, for its mutate cost, you could pay 2 colorless, 1 green, 1 black, or 2 blacks, 2 green, or 1 black and 1 green. So he gives you the option. And that's what I like about him. It says, but he says that whenever this creature mutates, return target permanent from your graveyard to your hand. So target permanent, that could be Fabled Passage. Yeah, that could be something that was killed off earlier. That could be Nephroid to bring him back to my hand, then mutate him. So I can bring back another thing from the graveyard as a permanent, and then also bring back creatures that equal up to or less to power 10. Yeah, that's just you see why I decided that I'm in. If I just wanted that, this card actually makes the deck a lot faster, a lot more lethal, a lot more quickly. Pokenos Unchained is a 4-cost 0/0 from Theros Beyond Death, legendary creature zombie Hydra. All right, so Pokenos enters the battlefield with 6 1/1 counters on it. It escapes with 12 1/1 counters on it instead. If damage will be dealt to Pokenos while it has a 1/1 counter on it, prevent that damage and remove that many 1/1 counters from it. You can it has 2 abilities. So you pay 1 colorless, 1 black, 1 green. Pokenos fights another target creature. I love those fights abilities. I love it. He comes out as like a 6/6 because he has 6 1/1 counters on him, and so he's only a 4-cost. So you can just smash something really quickly. I really like that. That's just great. And plus, if you have out like the freaking Great Hinge, I mean that gives him that makes him a 7/7, and you can pretty much just smash most things out there in the freaking game, no matter the set. Then you have the escape cost, which is 4 colorless, 1 black, 1 green. Exile 6 other cards from your graveyard. His escape cost if he actually escapes, he comes out as a 12/12 because he has 12 1/1 counters on him, and you have that fight ability. And whenever you would deal damage to him, you can prevent the damage. So I like that a lot because that's just. He just has so much value. I mean, I almost was tempted to put him in like the main deck, man. His value is just unreal. For this deck, it would be so aggro. But you have now next card is gonna be another Planeswalker. It's another legendary Planeswalker from Throne of Eldraine. It is gonna be Fae-Cursed Huntsman. He's a 4-cost one. He's a 6-cost creature, 4 colorless, 1 black. No, he's not a creature. He's a Planeswalker. He's a 4-cost. For colorless, 1 black and 1 green. His 0 ability is to. Give me a second. His 0 ability is to create two two black and green wolf creature tokens with the keyword ability. When this creature dies, put a loyalty counter on each Garuk you control. So that is a pretty good zero ability. You know, you get two tokens. You know, they actually give some kind of nice trade-off, right? And he comes out with 5 loyalty, so that would, you know, if you kill them both, that would put him up to 7. So he has a -3 ability. It says destroy target creature, draw a card. So you can destroy a target creature. You know, if you bring him out immediately, you can destroy a creature and draw a card. Yeah, I mean that probably should go into the main deck. I mean, really, that's just not bad at all. I'm thinking about it, but I'm just thinking like, well, what would I take out for it though? I don't know, because, man, I might make it 61 cards. Honestly, that's just too good. Yeah. Move to deck. Anyways, last card in the side deck's gonna be Ugin, the Spirit Dragon, legendary planeswalker. Ugin starts out with 7 loyalty. He is an 8 cost. His +2 ability says Ugin, the Spirit Dragon, deals 3 damage to any target. I like that very much. His -X ability is why most people play him, because his -X ability allows you to exile each permanent with converted mana cost X or less. That's 1 or more colors. He starts out with 7 loyalty. That would exile, and if that would exile things that's converted mana cost 6 or less, and still leave him at 1, so he would still survive. But or if you just want to bring him in to make sure you kill most everything in the game, you just exile. You just basically pay the whole full 7 to kill him off and nuke off everything, and it's exile, and it doesn't target. It goes after everything, so it would take out everything, pretty much, except for lands, which I appreciate. Now, his -10 ability is something that's pretty nasty too. It says that you gain 7 life, draw 7 cards, then put up to 7 permanents onto put up to 7 permanent cards from your hand onto the battlefield. It's pretty good. So I'm gonna find one more card to throw into my side deck real quick, guys, and I'm gonna try to find a game and try to see if this deck is any good. So I did pick up a Leyline Tyrant. I don't know if I don't want to play that, honestly, but I'm thinking right now I'm probably going to I'm thinking. All right. You see, I do play with some sliver stuff, mainly because slivers are one of my favorite creatures types. You know, they're interesting to me, and they are fun to me. So I'm gonna throw in another Kogla, put into one to the sideboard, and 61 card deck. So it's not the most efficient, but it could still be very, very good. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen, guys. We're gonna see if we can find a game. And we did find a game. We found a game for you. Alright, guys, let's see here. Alright. So let's see. Alright. So what do we have here? I'm going to keep this hand. This hand looks pretty good. So I'm probably going to let when I play Shadow Skull, because I want to be able to get out my Bone Crusher Giant. No, I don't feel like playing 3 life for that. Yep. Nope, I'm just gonna play that right there. Let's play it 4, guys. Give me a second. Alright. So let's see. Make sure we got it right here. Make sure we got it right. Okay, cool. Alright. Probably a middle deck or rogues. Doesn't matter. If he brings out something funny, I'm gonna stump it. I'm gonna be like Kirk Franklin. Oh, people say stomp. Oh, brother say stomp. You don't know who Kirk Franklin is? You need to go look him up, man. It's a great gospel choir. I know I'm a pagan, but I do listen to gospel, you know, because I appreciate good singing, you know. So, pass turn. This deck is already looking kind of crazy, huh? If I get one more mana, man. Oh no, is he mana screwed? Oh no. Oh, poor baby. Poor baby. No mercy. I assure you, if I was in the same predicament, he would show me none. Honestly, I want that stomp. I ain't gotta do nothing. God, you got this deck is so good, man. One more green mana, and look at this. I mean, I could play Freaking Serpentine Wood, but I kind of want to save that, honestly. I really don't have to. I mean, unless something that the heat brings out is gonna be annoying, but it doesn't really matter to me because I'm about to stomp it. Okay, you can. Okay, it's cool. Whatever. Wicked Wolf comes out, you know. Imagine if like I get like a trail of crumbs, man. That'd be so brutal. If I don't draw another green mana, I'll go ahead and play freaking service, you know, the wood, man. I'll go ahead and play it out. So let's see here. What are you gonna do there, Mr. Bonemeister? What you gonna do, bro? Yeah, there we go. See? Oh, you know it. I'm just gonna go and play that right there. Play Wicked Wolf, yeah. I'm no targets right now. You see why, you know, I just didn't play the turn timber yet. So I can just wait for another green mana or wait for two more, and then get turn timber out to bring out something nasty, you know. GP, are you with me? Oh yeah, church ain't going nowhere. Stomp. When people say stomp, my brother say stomp. Oh yeah, the name of this deck is called John Dark Meat Mom Spaghetti. You know, because it kind of symbolizes that there's food mechanics, but it's also silly adventures. So it's like Mom Spaghetti, and Mom Spaghetti always has like a story behind it. You know what I mean? So you ask somebody's bad mom's spaghetti, you know, it's always a story behind it. Let's get this other Wicked Wolf real quick. You feel me? You feel me? No, sure, you can put him in the graveyard. That's totally fine. Cause I got things in my deck down that's gonna make you fucking regret that. Yep. You see why I run Nefroy now? Because of blue players. Because Nefroy, if he comes out like right now, Cause see, I can actually Nephroid into I can Nephroid and bring back Feasting Troll King and Wicked Wolf, and I can bring back Feasting Troll King for free without having to sack 3 food tokens, even though I might kind of want to. Okay. This deck is, you know, like you know, he got mana draw out there, but I don't think it really would have mattered. Because if you look at what's in my hand, you know, I don't think it really mattered. You know, I drew into 2 like Wicked Wolves. I'm not getting mana screwed, and I can still get that 3rd mana out there. You know, I still got Stomp, and I still got a Bone Crusher Giant in my hand, and I can get that one turn timber. I can put it out there, and then draw into another like forest, and I got a freaking Feasting Troll King there. You know, I mean, he still hasn't dealt with this second wolf yet. Okay, cool. Oh, okay. I thought there was gonna be more, but guess I was wrong. Gonna counter it. That's why I love to do that to these guys, man. Because I hate blue players who just counter for the sake of countering. And that's going to cost you. See, I just hate those blue players who just do that. You know, you want to be a douchebag, I'll be a douchebag too. Bye. Bye. Anyways, let's go ahead and hit him in the face for another 3. Because I know you don't have any power cards, so. Because you're a blue player. You just play blue for the sake of playing blue. See here. I can always tell who's a blue player for the sake of being just wants to counter everything. I counter this, I counter that, counter. There's no kind of condition type of strategy. It's just freaking like douchebaggery. That's all it is. That's all it is. I mean, he countered a trail of freaking crumbs. An uncommon now only costs 2. I mean, you understand that it's gonna give me draw power. I understand it can make a wolf take thing, but you have to imagine if I got 2 cards in my hand that I haven't played yet. I got all this mana out here. It's probably not mana. It's probably something else nasty that you might want to save that freaking counter spell for. He's probably got another one back his hand. And that's totally fine. I want to make him keep countering over and over again. So I'm gonna play Bone Crusher Giant, right? And I'm gonna try to give him the counter that on 2. Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna play Bone Crusher Giant because I'd rather him counter that than counter Corvoid. Let's go ahead and do that first. Oh, nothing? You've got nothing for that? Let's go to combat. That wolf has been tearing your ass up. Hit you for 9 already. And I ain't even sacked anything yet. Nope, I'm not paying 3 life for that. Nope. I got 7 mana out there and Corvoid. Absolutely. Absolutely, bro. I love this deck, man. This deck's so good. This is pretty good actually. It's, you know, that Gentlemansfury, man. Yeah, I'm gonna name it Jun Meat Mon Spaghetti. I'm gonna dedicate this win to you, and I'm gonna name it. I'm gonna say bye Gentlemansfury. I'm gonna name it after you, man. Or I might just. Wow, he's targeting me. So he's gonna do 2 damage. Okay. And put that back in my hand. All right. Sure. I would love to play another stomp. I would love to play another stomp. That's absolutely great. I would love to do that. Why not? Okay. I will hold this sexy boy in my hand. Hold that stomp. When people say stomp, then my church say stomp. GP, are you with me? Oh yeah, church ain't going nowhere. All right, what you got for me, buddy? What you got for me? Come on, son. What you got for me? Put up your freaking duke, son. Come on, son. That wolf been tearing your ass up, man. You got to get rid of him, man. That wolf been eating your ass alive, bro. Do something about him, man. And I got that last mana. Son, you better start playing them freaking counter spells. You better start counting everything. Someone's calling me. All right. So I will keep that on top of my library. I'm gonna hit him with that wolf again. Let's see what he does. That's another creature card I want to add in this deck that will make this deck oof. I mean, because if it was like this, it was just, I think it's called salvage, something like that. But it's a 3/3 that costs 1 colorless, 1 black, and one green. And whenever it attacks or blocks, it creates a food token. You can sack two food. You can sack 2 foods to draw a card. I would love to add him. I'm not sure if he's actually legal though. I'm not sure if he's still legal. He actually comes from. I will not bring out Great Hinge. I'm not gonna risk it being countered. I only have 1 in the deck. Now if I draw like something else that I can bait him with, then sure. I'm not gonna risk it yet though. I want something that I want to be able to generate some food tokens first. So I'm gonna try to cast. Oh, you want to know the card? See, that's why I love that. So I'm gonna go ahead and play Stomp. People say Stomp. Make him. I'm gonna see if he's gonna counter something, right? And then if he does, GG. Stomp. My church say Stomp. GP, are you with me? Oh yeah, church ain't going nowhere. My bad, man. Oh man. As you can tell, man, you don't want to give me red or like black and throw it in with a little green, or like green black. So I love green black and I love green. I like green. I think my favorite color is got to be green. Just overall. I like big stompies that do fun stuff. My church say stomp. a friend. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Let's see what we got. Come on. It's in that turn. What you drawing? Ooh. Let's see if we can bait him again. I love baiting them, man. Come on. You already paid a freaking counter spell to counter a freaking 2-drop, you know, uncommon. Come on. Mm-hmm. You gonna do anything, sir? Wow. What is this? Sure. I'll pay 1 for that. Sure. See. I mean, I love baiting blue players, because why would you not wait until I play something big, and then do that, right? See, I love baiting them, man. Love them both. In fact, I'm gonna see if I can get one more out of his hand, because I'm not gonna put out Bone Crush Dry. I'm just put out Love Stroke Beast. No. Come on. Counter it. I know you want to. Come on, counter it. Sure. Yeah, sure. Okay, cool. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and punch you in the face with the wolf again. This wolf has dealt you a grand total of what? God dang, like this wolf, man. If this is like freaking spades, this wolf is a freaking ace, yo. Like this wolf has been a bad bitch just this whole game, bro. That wolf been a bad bitch this whole game, bro. I'm telling you. Been a bad bitch this whole game, bro. I told you this deck is nasty now, because now look at your options, bro. Look at your options, bro. Look at your options, bro. Look at the options here, man. Look at the options all right here. The options, bro. The options, you know? You know? It's beautiful, man. Yeah, exactly, man. All right. So that was John Dark Meat Mom Spaghetti, guys. One of my subscribers sent me this deck, and he wanted me to improve it, so I did. You know, I think that the deck ran pretty good. Yeah, it's just so good. This deck was so ridiculous, guys. I say to myself, you know, I love you, Gentlemansfury. You know, and that's gonna be the deck that I play. I told you, man. If you're my subscriber and if you know, if you are like a fan of mine, man, I'll do nice stuff for you, man. You know, and I play your deck, and honestly, that deck is really good. It's even better than like KFC, like way better than freaking KFC, man. So I appreciate that, man. If you got any more deck ideas, send them my way. I'll build them for you, and we'll have some fun. In fact, once a month, I will do that just for you, man. You know, I want to say, man, I was never like the type to really care much about you know, being a big giant YouTuber, man. I always care more about the message. Always care more about you know, making the message count more so than making subscriber counts. You know, I guess more I've kind of cleaned up my image a little bit. I decided to get a little bit more professional equipment. But because next month I'm getting this new microphone. It's from this company called Shure, and I'm getting like these acoustic panels. So I mean, I'm trying to actually improve my content. And you know, in the background here, I got a new set that I got. Let me start filming. Oopsie daisies. Got to speak a mic. So give me a second. Set it back up. It's not my permanent setup, So, gotta try to fix it around here. So that's gonna be my new little spot. And so pretty much it's gonna be looking a little bit different pretty soon. I got a 4K camera that's gonna be like on the way. But anyways, guys, that's gonna be it for me today. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Everybody who's gonna watch this video a little bit later. That was my live play of Jun Dark Meat Mom Spaghetti. That's what I call a deck, man. I always give a deck like a funny name. That deck was pretty good. Gentlemansfury, I want to tell you, man, you got a pretty good eye for decks, and you came to the right guy because you knew I can kind of tweak it to make him like really good. So you take that freaking deck list that I sent you, or you can look at the one. Or you can actually rewatch this video because your name is gonna be on the actual thumbnail. You know, just because you sent me this video, I'm gonna make sure that your name is gonna be on the freaking thumbnail. All right. So, anyways, love you all. Thanks for watching me play Magic the Gathering. Horns up and peace out.